Hello, everybody, and welcome to the OCRP ARCA Menards Series tonight at Darlington. All the faces that you know from the last season in the Cup Series are here tonight, and they are in the ARCA Menards car. At the top of the board right now, we saw Favignano fastest in practice, but now Carpenter just took that away. And then Graham, Bug, Sergeant Potter, Lance, Calvin Brown, and Cleveland ending out in the top 10 so far that we have seen. Well, we are in for one heck of a night. It is Throwback Night. It is the Thrustmaster Throwback 200. And we'll see a lot of paint schemes out there, including this one, which is Wes's. Well, no, he's not on the track. Is he on the track? I think he's on the track. Maybe he's not on the track. Let's have a look at somebody else. There we go. Kyle Carpenter right there. So a lot of throwback schemes we are going to be seeing tonight. Right there in the Tide, Ricky Craven style scheme. That is the man, the myth, the legend, Kyle Carpenter. Definitely knows his way around this track, that is for certain. And that's the 7 car right there, Mason Pepper. And that is the Altel Dodge Charger back in the day. Jeremy Mayfield, I believe, is who was driving that car. A lot of good ones for sure around here. Leo Favignano in that 67. A lot of these guys just sitting on pit road right now. They're boring, so we're not going to watch them. Let's try to find somebody that's actually on the track. Ryan Steinhoff in the 74. Looks like he has a Scooby-Doo car for Cartoon Network. And another thing that happened was this car got a update. Well, it's gotten a few updates, but with that new damage model, I heard earlier from other drivers that if they get in the wall, expect that to affect the car a little bit differently than what we saw before. So that will be a thing to keep an eye on as well. Some other drivers that are out there on the track. Mitchell Calvin in the 78. Oh, we're just ending, moving into our qualifying session now. So we're going to move over to that. Give it 9 minutes and 52 seconds left in that right now. Waiting for the first driver to get on to the track. And we'll see how everybody's going to shake out here at the end of qualifying. Still nobody taking any times yet. Track is very quiet at the moment. Let's have a look at that weather. It is going to be an evening of racing here at Darlington. Air temperature 81 degrees. Track temperature 84 degrees is what we got rolling there. And winds out of the south at 10 miles per hour, between 10 and 11. Still not seeing anybody out on track as of right now. Not sure what that's about. Normally we have a few out on track, but maybe some people not going to take a lap time. I'm not really sure what that's about. We do have a taker on the track now. Posting times. Maybe the timing screen's a little off here is what it looks like. It's not showing me anybody on the actual track itself. I'm not able to watch them, that's for certain. Oh, I know why. Because I am not in a spectator mode tonight. We're trying going just in a normal mode. Normally I can watch as a spectator the qualifying. You can't do that whenever you just join the session. The reason for that, I'm really trying to find out what's causing those real big slowdowns we're having in the races with the frame drops and all that stuff. It's like lagging and stuttering, but it's only within the spectator mode. I haven't ever seen it outside of that, so we're trying that tonight. So as they're doing that, we have 7 minutes and 55 seconds left. Remember, the last 5 minutes will be the drivers' meeting, and then we'll be back with more action. Ready to go green flag racing at Darlington. And welcome back to the track. We're inside the 5 minutes now, so we should be gridding up before too long. Before we do that, we can go ahead and go over the points and where everybody's sitting as of right now. Wes Graham leading the points in the first position. Second is Nick Sargent. Leo Fodorero in third. Fourth is Jason Lance. Then we have Robert Webb, Austin Johnston, Jonathan Orendorf, Joel Brown, Nick Gould, and then Clayton Cyrus. So quite a few drivers that you wouldn't expect to see up in the top 10 for standings, but that is how it has been for them. And we've talked about guys like, Jonathan Orendorf and even Clayton Cyrus having some good runs, and that's all that matters when it comes down to, getting points for the league. And it's very, very close as far as it goes. 165 to 161. Only 4 points separate Wes Graham and Nick Sargent. Nick Sargent, usually the man that kind of conquers the standings early on. And then Fodorero, 147 is what he has going on there. 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Soon as they grid, we'll get you the starting lineup here tonight at Darlington. Qualifying is over. We'll be back with more. Looks like Fodorero finally showed up right there in that slot, so we'll get your starting lineup here to you shortly as the iRacing official pace truck will start rolling off the line here, and we will get you your starting lineup for the night. 1.31 miles around this track, 150 laps. It's going to be a distance of 197 miles. I will do my best to try to filter out all of the coughing fits as we are still rolling with my Sharona. So, waiting for, I guess, another person. There's always one that you're waiting on before we can start the grid. So we're just waiting on that person to show up into the line, and then the truck will start moving, and we'll get you your starting grid. All right, and they're starting to move, so let's go ahead and get you your starting grid tonight. On the pole, Kyle Carpenter in that 77. Different colors tonight for some of these drivers. Wes Graham starting in the second position. Row number 2, Leo Fodorero and Nick Sargent. Row number 3, Brandon Buggs and Jason Lance. Row number 4, Ryan Steinhoff and Kyle Cleveland in the 11 car. Row number 5, Austin Johnston and Alex Reno. Row number 6, James Hilton in the 89, and the outside of him, 14, Nick Gould. Row number 7, Robert Bearder and Tyler Schultz. Row number 8, Clayton Cyrus in the 05, and Siv Ryan in the 12 car. Row number 9, Asen Pepper and Joe Ogle. And row 10, Zachary Guzman and Tyler Thomas. Row 11, Ryan Potter and Ben Tuttle. That is all of the drivers tonight. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to be green flag racing next time by Waiting for these guys. Waiting for the flagman to get them going here. Kyle Carpenter going to be the one that's going to be leading them off into turn number 1 here. Green flag in the air at Darlington. Let's go racing. Everybody figured it out very quickly there, but that was, oh man, that was Kyle Carpenter there that threw it down into turn number 1, and a whole gaggle of cars behind him right around this spot here in the 10th position for Alex Reno. He's under fire by the 89 of James Hilton. Everybody in the front has figured it out, and they're all in a single file as of right now. 89 with a little bit of a bobble there, got loose off of turn number 4, and they'll get it figured out as well. The 81 of Brandon Buggs having some issues there. Got very loose in turn number 1 and almost got it into the wall there. Back in 18th right now. We got a car sideways. Looks like it might be Ben Tuttle. And that's a hard hit on the inside wall right there. We stay green as of right now. Ben was running 22nd. Not sure how. We don't have a caution here. But Ben Tuttle with a lot of damage on the left front of that car. We stay green as of right now. We're going to see the leaders right there. That's going to be Kyle Carpenter leading them off of turn number 4. Wes Graham right behind him. And I don't know what happened there, but Ben Tuttle drove back into traffic. That was not good. And looks like he's going to be able to get it going. Nope, he's going to be a complete stop. And he'll put it into the pit road as of right now. Everybody single file right now. Carpenter with a half a second lead on Wes Graham. And we have a caution. So the caution has finally come out, which is going to change things up a little bit here. It looks like we're still going to have the stutter, the iRacing stutter. Not much we can do there. We're going to be under caution. We'll be back with more. So we're under caution. We had Ben Tuttle that had a little bit of an issue off of turn number 4 there. And then we stayed green for a while. A couple laps happened. He drove back up into the traffic. I don't think it was other than the damage of the car that allowed that to happen. But they finally threw the caution. That is iRacing. That is controlling the cautions. We do not have race control tonight. So we had to wait for that to happen. iRacing thought that it was unsafe and threw the caution there. So that's why we are under the yellow as of right now. Talk of the town, man. Carpenter has been the one to beat tonight. Very quick. But don't count out that 88 of Wes Graham. Wes, one of those drivers, is one of his favorite tracks, he's always said. here at Darlington. And we expect nothing but good things out of him tonight. And Leonard Favignano in that 67 car, that paint scheme you're seeing there tonight, that is a throwback to his very first paint scheme he ran in this league. Nick Sargent's in that 48, great clips Camry. And then we have Brandon Buggs in the 5th position after having some issues early on, being loose in the car. Jason Lance in the Icy Bear Impala. We've seen Ryan Steinhoff tonight, but that's Kyle Cleveland in that Robbie Gordon singular Monte Carlo. And then the 21 of Johnston in the Cheerios car. Alex Reno in the 22. We've seen him all season. No throwback there. James Hilton, the same thing. Nick Gould riding with a Good Wrench Service Plus. A throwback to Dale Earnhardt, Sr. Same as Wes in that 88 tonight. That's a Dale Earnhardt scheme as well. Robert Bearder in that 4 car. It's got, looks like it's a Land Before Time or something. I'm not sure what that one is. It says Bearder on it, but it's got got dinosaurs on it. So Tyler Schultz in the DuPont Chevrolet. Throwback to Jeff Gordon. And Clayton Cyrus. Hard to see what he's really in there. It looks like he's in the Howland car. Ernie Irvin / Davey Allison. Siv Ryan in the GG Subs car. Joe Ogle is in a Hutchins barbecue car. Ryan Potter in a throwback scheme to Richard Petty. We'll get through the other ones later tonight, but the pace truck is down and away. We're going to go green flag racing. This time the control car is a 77 of Carpenter. Green flag back in the air. And we do apologize. That is because of the update to the car. It broke the sounds for the crank it up cameras. And some of the other sounds are a little off on this car as well. We're just rolling with what we've got here. Back up front, you got Carpenter holding off this 67. Favignano was able to get by Graham there, we saw during the Let's Get Loud segment there, and the 67 on the charge towards the front. Everybody else in line: Carpenter, Favignano, Graham, Sargent, Buggs, Lance, Steinhoff, Cleveland, Johnston, Hilton. And here comes Brandon Buggs on the inside of Nick Sargent there to bring himself back into the 4th position. And looks like Carpenter's got his hands full as of right now. Yeah, they really, really nerfed the sound on the onboards of this car with the new update, so we're going to have to readjust all the microphones for our camera package we have here, unfortunately. So just one of those things that happens during the updates. No side-by-side action anywhere on the track right now. Everybody is single file all the way around here. Remember, turns 3 and 4 are a lot sharper than 1 and 2. But the preferred lane is up next to the wall. Watch around Kyle Cleveland here in the 8th position. Started 8th, maintaining 8th right as of now in the top 10. Good run for Kyle tonight. Not seeing any other racing on the track as of right now. Everybody is single file. Completed lap 15. And you can see Favignano gets a really good run on Carpenter there. It's really hard to call him Carpenter with Wilson right there all over the car. But yeah, Carpenter, he seems to be a lot faster than Carpenter in 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 is where Carpenter's been pulling away from Favignano. But there's a breakaway as of right now between these 3 cars, between the 77, 67, and 88. Let's ride on board with Wes Graham. These guys know there's a lot of racing to go. Got to save your tires for later. We're starting to see some of them do that. 67 in the wall a couple times right there, getting a Darlington stripe. '77 goes down just a little bit on the 67 there to throw a little bit of a block and take that lane away. And here comes the 88 of Graham on the inside of the 67. Side-by-side action for second. He will not complete that pass, and the 67 of Favignano will maintain the second position. Battle for 8th and 9th right around here, but now there's more of a battle between the 14 of Gould as he finds the wall on the outside of the 89 of Hilton. Nick Gould started 12th right now. He's in the 11th position. Found the wall, got his Darlington stripe. Back up front, keeping an eye on the 77 and the 67. So we have a battle back here in the 17th spot. That's Joel Brown in the 43, Dan Shaver car. And looks like he's going to be taking that position away from Joe Ogle, but maybe not yet. Joe Ogle finds the wall there. That is a really messed up looking car. Paint-wise, doesn't look like he selected the correct one, or it's an out-of-date paint scheme, as that thing is looking very ugly. I think we'll save all of our eyes, and we'll go back to the front. I think what he needed was a Wilson Motorsports Design paint scheme by Tony Wilson, as you see with a lot of the drivers here in the front running those schemes. Probably would have helped that car. So this is the group to watch right here, and then it's a 3 seconds behind Graham there to Brandon Buggs in the 81 Liquid Death Chevy. And then that's the other group right behind them. We're not going to keep our eyes off the front here. At any moment, we could get a challenge for the lead. But it looks like Graham is maybe. He has burnt his tires up a little bit here, and he's falling back now 5/10. Favignano putting pressure on the back bumper of the 77. It's right on board with him. about 167 miles per hour into turn number 1. You see they get back next to the wall, commit to the gas. You can see the car really loose between 1 and 2 right there. Very loose off of turn number 2, and now he's got to run on the 77. He's going to take the lead away. Favignano starting third. Has moved his way all the way into the front position. A lot of guys dealing with some loose cars back here. Watching right around Jason Lance. That's Ryan Steinhoff just taking that position away from Nick Sargent there. In the 48. Good battle for position right here. It looks like the 74 of Steinhoff's going to find the wall there. Or sorry, that wasn't the 74 of Steinhoff. We're on board with 74. That's Nick Sargent, the 48, that found the wall. Really thrown off by how terrible those audio levels are tonight on that. We do apologize for it. And it looks like we got the caution out. Don't see any cars with issues. Tyler Thomas in the 8 car is around. We'll find out what happened here with the 8 car, but it looks like it might have been a self-spin. And looks like he made contact with the 78 of Mitchell here. Mitchell gets into the wall right there, gets slowed up in a hurry. Nothing that Tyler Thomas can really do. He was committed to his position as well. And then you see he just goes on for a ride here. Doesn't look like a whole lot of damage to that car, but enough to bring the caution out. So Tyler Thomas will be okay. Up front, Favignano leading them down to pit road. It looks like everybody's going to come down for some fresh tires and fuel. Like Tyler Thomas will stay out, so he won't lose a lap here. He might actually have the pit road closed on him. He'll have to come back around before he can make it onto pit road. Let's see how everything shakes out here in the pits. The 67's in his stall. Watching that front box, that's the 77 there of Kyle Carpenter. He could make up a lot of position here on pit road. 67's down and away, and so is the 77 with the front. Looks like the 77 will come out in second, 88, 81. So a nice stop for Brandon Buggs there as well. And we're going to re-rack them and stack them for some racing action. Andrew Ewing in that 15 Motorcraft car. Looks like a Morgan Shepherd or something. Throwback. He will be coming down on pit road with Tyler Thomas here. So that will bring the leader back to the front in the 67 car of Leo Favignano. We'll be back with more action here at Darlington for some green flag racing. And welcome back to Darlington, getting ready to go with a green flag restart here on lap 31. 30 laps complete so far of 150. Leonard Fodorero in the 67 is the control car to the Geico restart zone. As soon as he gets in that zone, he will be the control car to take off whenever he sees fit. There's the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air at Darlington. That was a huge jump for the 67 right there, and now they're 2x2 behind them trying to figure it out, especially right around the 7th position. Looks like they will do exactly that. The 74 of Ryan Steinhoff made a move down to the bottom right there, gets back in line. And Leonard Fodorero holding off the 88 after a great start there. We have some side-by-side action right around the 89. James Hilton there to the inside of the 14 of Gould. Looks like he will take that position. And everybody finds themselves single file again early on. Watching right back here, that's Ryan Potter in the 60 car, the throwback scheme to Richard Petty. And then that's Bearder right there and Civ Ryan. Ryan starting 16th tonight, and he is currently in the 15th spot, so been hard for the 12 car to get a pass in. And they're side by side back here, the 60 and the 4. And the 60 is sideways. He's going to lose a ton of positions here, and he will hit the inside wall. Ryan Potter in the wall. We stay green as of right now. This might bring out the caution. It doesn't look like it. Looks like they're going to get hit by the iRacing caution system again. So a tough break for Ryan Potter. Kyle Cleveland in that 8th position, having a great run tonight. And that's the 21 of Johnston. That's sideways. Austin Johnston almost bought the farm off of turn 2. Gets it going straight again. Johnston, your winner from Daytona earlier this season, is really trying to keep that thing going straight in front of him. Remember, everybody is on a fixed setup. Everybody has the same setup, so these cars are loose. And that's why we see every single driver battling with those loose cars. Riding on board with Wes Graham. Let's see what speeds we're getting here on these restarts. It's about 168 miles per hour on that entry. Then he commits back to the throttle about 157 miles per hour, and then commits fully off the corner there a little bit more. But looks like we're going to have some lap traffic to deal with, and that is the 60 car of Potter. Potter just ahead, and that is Ewing. Or sorry, that looks like that might be Ben Tuttle in the 16 car. Just behind him, and then Tyler Thomas. So Fodorero on the move. But have a look back here. You got a little bit of a battle brewing between the 77 Carpenter and the 88. And the 81's right there to see it all, right in front of him. So about 2/10 between the group up here in the front. It's a little further back to the 81. Well, they have caught those lap cars, and they're going to have to get around them. The Ben Tuttle in the 16 on the outside. It's slowed up to 67 just a little bit, not a whole lot. Everybody's able to get around him, no problem. Steinhoff in the wall a little bit there. Finding another Darlington stripe. Steinhoff running in the 5th position, started 7th tonight. Good push towards the front. And how about Jason Lance? Jason Lance right there. Hanging in the top 10 as well. You see the different braking zones right there. It looks like the 88 has a little bit later of a braking zone than the 67 into turn 3. And we got a battle. We had a battle. But the 12 car of Civ Ryan has hit the wall. He's got heavy damage on the left front of that car. And we'll stay green right now. Yeah, you can see how loose that wheel is right there. Let's back it up and see exactly what just happened to the 12. Looks like he was kind of by himself, smacked the wall off of turn number 2. We've seen that happen many times here. There's the impact with the outside wall. And then just ricocheted off of there. Heavy damage to the left front of the 12. So he is on pit road taking care of the car right now. Out front, Leonard Fodorero still hanging in there with the 88 of Wes Graham right behind him. You know what? We're going to fix this audio. I don't even care. It just drives me crazy. Let's go to the camera. Let's bring our mic gain up. There we go. Now we sound like we're on board with the car, right? Yeah. Much better. We'll have to do the same thing for the nose as well. Much better. All right, cool. Still green flag racing. 46 laps complete so far of 150. It'll be 47 here at the stripe. Watching for any battles on the track right now and not seeing a whole lot. As Jason Lance in the 86 right ahead of Nick Sargent in the 48. These three cars battling for the 5th position. Nice look from the blimp cam there. You can see just how spaced out everybody is. We had a car on pit road. Looks like it might have been Ben Tuttle, and it is. And now a battle is brewing right here for 5th. That was Lance. We saw him back there behind the 74. Now the 74 looking for a crossover move on him here. You see how off throttle it is, and the caution comes out. Trying to find out who might have spun. I didn't see anything there. I didn't see anything on the time screen either. But the caution does come out. So not sure what that was for, but everybody's going to come down pit road and get some fresh tires and fuel. And the 67's leading them on to pit road as of right now.
Knock, knock. Jeff, you need a hand?
Oh, God, yes.
I'm here, baby. I got you.
All right. What's going on, man?
Oh, this track sucks.
It looks like it's a matter of the car being very loose tonight in the fixed setup.
Oh, it's just a snowplow. Just understeers.
Oh, everywhere. Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah.
I got you.
And I just ran out of talent. There wasn't much there to begin with, but I ran out of it.
Oh, man. Well, we still have 100 laps left here. Everything is comes down to pit road. Who gets into their box first? 67 down and away. Here comes the 88 trying to get it done. He will not beat the 67. The 81, a slow stop for the 77 to Kyle Carpenter. And we've got Mr. Civ Ryan just joined us here in the box. As we saw, he got off of turn number 2 there, got tight, got in the wall, and then did the old ricochet in the inside wall. A lot of damage.
Oh, that was a frustration of let me kill this car. That I did. I put it into the wall.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I knew I was parking it, so put it out of its misery.
We're back under caution. Not sure what that caution was about. Do you know what it was for?
I will try and look back. I just got into the sim right now, so give me a sec.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, it looked like it was a phantom caution that just came out. I didn't see anything on my timing screen go red or anything. Made no sense to me. So I'm not really sure why that is happening. We got a offer on our house today.
Did you really?
Yep, trying to get it under contract tomorrow.
Nice. Fingers crossed, man.
Oh yeah, and it's everything we were hoping for in the offer.
It's the juicy offer.
Oh yeah.
It's an offer you can't refuse.
It's an offer you can't refuse.
Any conditions on it, you
know? We can always talk about that later.
Oh, I got
yeah.
Sorry, you probably don't want.
It's on the market.
Live. Hello.
Yeah, it's on the market right now. I'd rather not talk about the stipulations.
Jeff, I love your house. What's your address of this house that you're selling at, and what's your current address just right now, please, for everybody, and your credit card number.
Just go ahead and dox it.
Yep.
Why not? Man, I'll tell you what. It's been an absolute show. The 67 starting there in the third position and put the moves on the 88 and the 77, but I really think it comes down to tire management, and I think that's what's going to end up winning the race tonight.
Yeah, so I was in the chat there with him. After that first pit stop, he was at 89% on his right front. So it's not too bad. They're saying like if you run the bottom line though, you're gonna be chewing your tires up pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Which I know is probably obvious information, but you know, that's what we commentators do. We point out the obvious.
Hey, we like obvious information. That's not a problem.
How you feeling today?
Ah,
it's just lingering, hey?
yeah, it's just the coughing fits, man.
Damn.
At least the fevers and stuff are gone. Sore throat, all that's gone. It's just the coughing. But the coughing's enough to get you like feeling sick again. And then just also the loss of any energy just spent. Just being like walking halfway across the house, you're winded.
Yeah, you feel like you're like so shit. It's brutal.
Yep. Pace truck's down and away. We're going to be green flag racing this time. 67 to Fodder Arrow, the control car, leading them down to the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air at Darlington.
The restarts here are very, very scary and very sketchy, going side by side into turn 1 when the cars are very loose, I guess you would say, really tight. I was getting confused.
So pretty much like what we're seeing right here.
Yeah.
And we got a car around. That's Nick Sargent with yep, trying to grab him. He is parked on the bottom right there. Nick Sargent after the 4th position. Lowest tonight was 8th. That's a lot of damage. We see a lot of smoke coming out of the back of that car. That thing's done. He's going to have to bring it to pit road because that's a meatball flag.
That is a shame. Was he running 4th there?
Yeah, he was running 4th.
Damn.
There for a while. He might have been in 8th on that restart, actually. But still, in the top 10.
Be no surprise here. You got Favignano, Graham, Bugs out front. 3 guys that been fast all season, and these guys are in a league of their own. And Kyle Carpenter as well. He's also up there. And he's, I mean, Wes knows this. Like, I don't know how many times he's raced Darlington. Like, he's a damn near expert at this track. He'll be one to watch tonight.
Yeah, Wes putting a lot of pressure on the back bumper of the 67. And that's kind of how it's been. He's about a 10th back from the 67 as of right now. And then it's about 4/10 back to the 81. Everybody in single file right now. No side-by-side action anywhere on the track. We're going to keep an eye on the lead right now because that's where all the action is. Yeah, Nick Sargent, 1 lap down right now, and he is in the 21st position. A real tough break for that driver, and that's the leaders coming up on him right now to lap him again. He'll be put down 2 laps here shortly if he can't maintain pace in front of the 67. 81 sideways. Gets it going straight again.
Man, it's so, and these exit out of these corners are so scary. I know I was talking to Bugs there. I was in a call with him, and the 3 and 4, not his favorite. 1 and 2, he seems like he's down pretty well, but 3 and 4 has just been a little sketchy for him tonight. So hopefully he can get in the groove and keep up there with the top 2.
Yeah, and that's the 77 Carpenter there. Started off very, very strong, and it just seems like it's very difficult to pass here. Got a car in the wall. It's the 21 of Johnston. He's battling for position right there with the 43 of Joel Brown. Gets it going straight again, no problem, but he'll find himself with another Darlington stripe.
There's some battles going on back here with Tyler Schultz and Zachary Guzman, or no, not Guzman, sorry. Who is that? That's going to be Alex Reno back there. They were battling. There's been a lot of action back here. This is where I was in the kind of 10th to 16th positions. Lots of movement, lots of side-by-side driving.
And that's Andrew Ewing that stayed out, got his pit stop done, and is currently in the 12th position. So a good run for the 15 car.
Got some side-by-side with Robert Bearder right now and James Hilton in the 14th position there. Definitely we're side-by-side. Bearder's been backing out though. Smart man.
Yeah, it doesn't take very long for those battles to go away.
Yeah, well,
especially in 1 and 2.
He's been smart. I even dove it in there on him once and apologized because I went right up the track, but luckily he got out of it. But that is that Tyler Schultz into the wall.
That's the 05 of Clayton Cyrus in the wall there.
Excuse me, Cyrus.
Yep, in the Havoline Impala. That's going to slow him down. I mean, he's running the 18th position. A lot of damage to the outside of that car. Back up front, man, it's close. Down to a 10th between the leaders here. And the 88 of Graham trying to keep that pressure on the 67 and push him to burn his stuff up. Question is, will it work? As Favignano is the king of saving tires.
Seems like Wes is just, not mirror driving, but he's just running that exact same line. So I think they're just gonna stay right with each other, right, as long as they can, and then as the race winds down, we might see some strategies and some moves coming out of them.
See how loose the 67 was off of turn 4. So was the 88 of Graham. Caught it and got it going straight again as well. But that seems to be the case all around this track. You see how loose the car is.
Oh yeah, it's every corner. Bugs was like, what corner are you struggling with? like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like they're all sketchy out there tonight.
Watching the battle right through here. That is Nick Gould that had that damage earlier and got it fixed, and now he's trying to charge on the 89. Just a matter of waiting for a good spot to do it. It looks like it's very difficult for these guys to make passes.
Yeah, 1 and 2 isn't the safest spot to make a pass, but as we see right now, ooh, very scary.
There's Jason Lance and the 74 of Steinhoff. Steinhoff now dropping back. Going to lose 2 spots off of that. Probably got a little loose off the corner and then scrubbed a bunch of speed off. That happens a lot.
Joel Brown up to 6th place. He's moving his way up. He was back there in, let's see, 18th at one point.
Yeah, he's in the 6th position right now. I'm still watching right here the lead. It has been nothing but a show between these two.
It's going to get interesting when lap traffic comes into play. Lap traffic always a interesting variable into the mix, especially when on this track.
But Graham hasn't budged off that 10th that he's been with that bubble there on Favignano. So now he drops back about 2/10 there, but still. Nope, he closes it back up.
Well, yeah, he's got that draft, and he's right on that bumper. He ain't going anywhere. Do it for Dale West. I like that scheme.
Another Wilson Motorsport Design scheme. Throw back to Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Excuse me.
I'm the only one that's allowed to cough, okay?
Is it like that dry cough?
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's gross. You're like, I should be coughing stuff up, but no.
Yeah, it's the one that's like the
Yeah, those too many packs of cigarettes for 40 years.
That one.
Yeah.
Classic. Looks like it's single file all the way around back to Ben Tuttle on pit road, trying to get some work done on that car. And those are the leaders right there, picking him up to put him down. That'll be 8 laps down now. So not the run that Ben Tuttle was hoping to have here tonight, as he is on pit road and will be on there for a little bit longer. The 60 car of Potter off pace here. Started 21st, and he's running in the 19th position, but looks like he's going to be making a pit stop here. And that'll put him a lap down. Looks like he clobbered the wall.
Oh yeah, I was racing around him before I parked it, and he was also looked like he was his hands were full with the car. He was fast, but then he was getting loose out of the corners and going sideways and going. Yeah, it's been a handful for Potter tonight. Close battle between Robert Bearder right now and who's the other driver? Yeah, he's
Mitchell
right
Calvin?
up on his bumper. Mitchell Calvin.
And that throwback 78 scheme there to the Furniture Row Racing team. Kurt Busch and also Martin Truex Jr. drove that car.
Ooh, it looks like Wes has dropped half a second on Favignano. I keep diverting your attention, but
Yep, and that is Nick Sargent right in front of them, trying to stay on another lap, but it's going to be very difficult. We were just talking about that earlier. Nick Sargent is a lap down. He is going to be fighting his butt off right here for this position. Nick Sargent high in the standings for the championship, and he cannot afford to allow the 67 by.
Yeah, if there's one time you are hoping for a caution as a driver, it's right now as Nick Sargent, because the fast guys are behind me, and I'm about to go a lap down. Please, somebody crash and cause a caution so that doesn't happen. You do not want to go a lap down.
It never fails that the caution doesn't come out in your favor.
No.
It's always when you least expect it. We got a car slow. That's the 89. I think these guys are trying to make it on pit road. So I think we're seeing some green flag stops here.
Yeah, very well could be. I know if you smack the wall a little too much, a little too hard, you can get your wheels out of alignment. These cars are a little very fragile when you knock them into the wall. So that is also a possibility.
That'll put James Hilton a lap down in the 18th position. He'll be the first car on a lap down. Back up front, it all comes down to this. We're going to ride on board with the 67. He is trying to get by the 48. I don't think the 48 is going to make it easy for him.
No, definitely not. Yeah, you definitely want, you want position if there is a yellow that comes out, so you can choose what lane you want.
But you also don't want to be behind him too long, because that's going to allow that 88 to get by him. You see right here, he's trying to time it just right to make the pass on the 48. And this is allowing, well, it looks like Graham. Here he comes to the inside, side by side, trying to put Nick Sargent down another lap. This is not what Nick Sargent wanted to see, but he will complete the pass. Nick Sargent in the wall.
Yeah, that is unfortunately what happens in the 1 and 2 when you're going 2x2. Is the guy on the outside wants to make sure he has enough room and not get ran over. So you run a little too high and unfortunately hit that wall. But I think if Wes Graham can get around him here out of 4,
looks like you will, no problem. So yeah, the 48 really was hoping for a caution there. Would have put him in a good spot there. He would have been able to get that lucky dog, but I don't think that is going to work out in his favor tonight.
Oh, he'll still be prime position for lucky dog, won't he?
Currently right now, the first car lap down is James Hilton in the 89. Although I'm not, there he is right there. He's at the stripe now. Yeah, he is in contention for lucky dog as of right now. That puts 17 cars on the lead lap currently. But that whole kerfuffle, that put Graham a second and a half back now from the 67. So the 67 now with a comfortable lead compared to what he had earlier on the 88. What do you think? You think Graham's going to start saving tire here?
I'm not too sure. Like I think he's going to be sitting. He's very comfortable in P2. Like you got nobody behind you. Even if he caught up, was with the Favignano there for the half a second, it didn't matter because I don't think he was looking to pass. So I think you're right. I think he might try to save a little bit of tire here. But I mean, I expect another caution to come out before the next pit cycle.
I don't know. With looking at how this is working out here and the difference in the lap times between Favignano and Graham, Favignano is running about a second quicker than Graham. So Graham is definitely sandbagging it on his times compared to what he was running earlier in the race. So it just begs the question why he's doing what he's doing. To me, I think that the reason why he's saving his tires because he's going to have a different pit strategy under green than the 67, because that's the only way he's going to be able to win this race if it stays green.
That'd be awesome to see. Different strategy put in the mix. And Wes is pretty good at that for making those calls. Very good strategic driver with when it comes to pit stops.
And you can see him right now. He's dropped to about 2.5 seconds back. So nothing wrong with the car other than just the way he's approaching this the track right now. So he's definitely saving. We're going to ride on board with him so you can just see how he's able to do it. And we'll compare the two drivers here. So he's going to be completing this lap. Wes will be running a 30. Looks like it's a 31:07 compared to the 30 flat that we saw out of Favignano. So Favignano has dropped off as well, about a second on his time. We're right on board with him, see how he's attacking the track.
think we're starting to see a lot of tire fall off now. This has been a long green flag run.
Yeah, you can see how loose the 67 is right there, but he's also driving the car a lot harder than the 88, and I think the 88 knows if you're sliding that right rear, it's over.
Looks like Kyle Carpenter passed the Bugs there a few laps back, so that's going to put Carpenter up in the podium.
Carpenter to the third spot. A lot of guys decided to maybe do something different here. Shake it up. And especially, you know, you got to talk about fuel. You want to save fuel to the end. The only way you can do that is by, you know, slowing down and taking it easy and backing the corners up. And that's what we're seeing out of the 88 and 77. And then even the 81. Looking at their lap times, they're all pretty identical. The only ones that is a little slower than them is the 81 of Brandon Bugs. But Carpenter and Wes Graham that time by were the exact same 31.9s compared with 31.6 that Fodorero is. So now you get into that whole window of, well, do we want to make it on one more stop? Because I think they can. We've had those earlier cautions.
Time will tell, Jeff, on what they do, because I think it's going to be sooner rather than later. But how about Joel Brown up to P5? Top 5 right now for Joel Brown from all the way back where he started. A great showing by that driver.
Yeah, started 23rd and running in the 5th position. Very good run for that driver tonight. The Sequoia High School throwback scheme.
Car almost looks as good as his hair does. Well, yeah, some other good drivers to see in the top 10. We got Andrew Ewing up there, Kyle Cleveland, Jason Lance, Nick Gould, all making the top 10 right now.
And that was James Hilton there battling Mitchell Calvin. Calvin is on pit road. So he was close to him, and these two, I was keeping an eye on them because they are the ones that are fighting for the lucky dog. But it looks like Mitchell Calvin's going to come down on pit road and get the car back underway. So now I think it comes down to, you know, these guys that are saving. Graham, you know, 4.5 seconds back now. Saving fuel. I think that's what's happening right here. I think these guys know that, you know, hey, if I want to stretch this to one more stop, I've got to save so much fuel. And he finds the wall off of turn number 3.
Not going to hurt him too much there. Looks like it was just a little scrape.
That's the Darlington stripe.
Yeah, the right
he's in it again.
Car.
I think that the tires might be gone on these. Just a little bit. See how much he has his hands full here.
One driver that's likely to see this is Kyle Carpenter.
I saw our Twitch chat. We had a question asking about the blue knob that moves around down there at the bottom right. That is the brake bias. And it is a broken... It has not been fixed. Ever since the update that came out for this car, it free floats around in the car based on the forces, the G-forces. But that is supposed to be in one spot. And what you do is you crank it to the right, to the front, to add more brake bias to the front, and then the rear to add more into the rear. But yeah, it is currently broken with the current model of the car. But that's what is going on there. You're not wrong.
I've never noticed that.
So here's Fodorero right now, 5 seconds in the lead. And he's running a 32.5 right now. So we look at the blimp camera here. He's running a 32.565 that time. Let's see what it is this time. With the, you know, we have tire fall off, but also keep in mind these guys are trying to stretch these stops out. He ran a 31.9 that time compared to Wes's 32.4. So Wes is all the way down into turn 1 right now. And you can see just behind him, that's Kyle Carpenter in the Wilson Motorsport design car there, which is a throwback to Ricky Craven's Tide car.
Great scheme, Tony.
Oh, yeah. But he ran a 32.2. So these guys, Kyle Carpenter and Wes, both running 32.2s with a 32.2, 32.4. Mitchell Calvin having issues there. And then Favignano up front with a 32 flat that time by. Not the night that Mitchell Calvin was wanting to have. He's in the 18th position, 2 laps down right now, was having some issues with the car there. And that's Brandon Buggs trying to get around him off of turn 2. Haven't talked a whole lot about Brandon tonight. Started 5th. He's currently running in the 4th position, so having a solid run tonight.
Yep, steady Eddie out there tonight.
And he ran a 32.2, so he was just a 10th off of Favignano's time that time by.
Ooh, there's some 2x2 action there on that shot. Because they hit it in turn 1, but they, watch it now, they made it safely. Always makes me nervous seeing that stuff. Nice throwback scheme there for Favignano, that MSI from...
Yep.
You know they were a company in the 70s, so that's cool.
No, it's a throwback scheme to his first, that's his first paint that he ever ran in the league.
A throwback to 2 years ago?
A throwback to how great he is.
Oh, wow. That's a championship winning paint right there.
One heck of a run for Favignano tonight after winning last week's race at Sonoma. Absolutely dominated at Sonoma. And we're seeing that domination continue with the momentum here tonight at Darlington. So right now, the car that's holding on right there, that's the 22 of Alex Reno. He's the first car in contention for the Lucky Dog. He finds himself in the wall. Brandon Buggs, I think everybody's on pit road here, Ryan.
Here we go. Pit time. Who's down there, Jeff? Can you see?
Yep, you got Wes Graham, you got Brandon Buggs, Robert Bearder, you got Joel Brown on pit road. That's leaving Favignano out there. He's going to be having to make a decision. He's going to come down this time or next time.
The old undercut. I like it. I like to see it. Different strategies coming out. Could
Looks
be
like he's
good call,
staying.
though. Green flag racing has been unexpectedly happening more than we thought. So,
yep.
50 laps left, around that 53 laps.
That's almost an identical stop there for the 88 and 81. Kyle Carpenter and Favignano staying out together, so perhaps they're going to be the ones that are going to pit together.
We'll keep a close eye on Favignano and Kyle Carpenter to see what they decide to do.
There's Favignano right here. Wes Graham and Brandon Buggs, they're a lap down, but here's Wes. He's over here at the stripe now, going down to turn 1 with the 81 behind him. And Favignano's up here. He's going to stay out again, so he's going to run as hard as he possibly can right now, but I would imagine he's going to have to come down pit road next time by.
Looks like, I think that's Carpenter's into the pits now.
Yep, Carpenter is on pit road. He's got that lead spot right there, the first box. He needs a good solid stop here. No issues. Under green. That can make or break a win. A winning race for you. He gets down and away. And Wes is all over the 89 of James Hilton. Steinhoff, it's like he's going to bring it down to pit road. And he's coming back out onto the track from pit road right here, trying to keep an eye on all this stuff. This is for position right here between the 88 and the 89. And Wes will take that away. Favignano on pit road.
All right. Last one out of that lead group onto pit road. Just going to have about a 4-lap advantage on those tires.
So let's keep an eye on the leaders here. Here is the 88 of Wes. That's going to give Andrew Ewing the lead as of right now, as it all is going to cycle out. Andrew Ewing, Tyler Schultz will take over now as Andrew's on pit road. Favignano right here, leaving pit road. This is everybody on the same lap here. Here comes Wes right here in turns 1 and 2, getting up to speed. It's going to be super close here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, watch this. Because Favignano still, and he's going to be on cold tires too, so he's going to be taking it kind of easy this outlap. So you're going to see Wes do his best to try and get that time back. Nicely done by that driver.
It just goes to show how accurate you have to be on pit road. You can't make any mistakes on pit road, and then you just got to drive it like hell, even on cold tires. And that's what we're seeing out of the 88 right now. He's driving it to the end now. That was his final stop, unless a caution comes out.
Interesting how that played out. Before West Pit, he was 12 seconds behind. Ooh, never mind. There's some action there with Bearder and.
No spotter out. Yeah, trying to get around him. Right now, the leader is Tyler Schultz in the 94 DuPont Chevy, and Clayton Cyrus is running second, right there in the 05.
I'm sure they'll get cycled out here shortly as the two fast boys make their way around the track.
Yeah, so here's the 67 of Favignano, and Tyler Schultz and company are off of turn 2 right now. So Tyler,
off the pit.
Yep, and the 05 of Clayton Cyrus is here in just ahead of Favignano there. So he's got to come down pit road this time. If he stays out, it's just going to make matters worse. And so no, it looks like we still get the. It's not as many hiccups as we had with the spectating, but no matter what, it's still a thing. I think it's ATVO and iRacing.
It's something. It's gotta be something. Yeah.
Mitchell Calvin had his hands full off of turn 2 there. That was a little scary.
A little butt pucker moment for Mitchell Calvin. And this is when it starts to get a little scary, because drivers are looking at the laps and they're going, oh, there's, we're in the last, last third of this race. It's time to start pushing. So you're going to see drivers start pushing it and maybe pushing it a little too much. So this is when sparks may fly.
Tyler Schultz started 14th. He's currently leading. He has not made a pit stop yet. He's going to run it all the way to the end and just enjoy being out front.
If only we got points for laps led. Unfortunately for Schultz, that ain't a thing.
That is not a thing. Right.
And Graham is closing that gap on Favignano just a bit. Just 2.2 seconds behind him, roughly.
That's the 67 right there, and then Graham right here off of turn 2. And they ran a 30.5 to a 30.6, so very close. With Graham about a tenth slower than the 67. And then here's Kyle Carpenter in the 4th position. After starting on the pole, it's just been an uphill battle. Hard for him to pass. I think that sometimes Kyle is a little too nice, and he allows guys to take advantage of that. And I think we saw that earlier in the race. And he's just been kind of trying to catch up as far as track position goes ever since then. Clayton Cyrus has not been down on pit road yet. But that's Brandon Buggs right there. That is 4 positions, so Brandon Buggs will move up into the 5th position there.
We got Favignano catching Schultz here shortly.
Joel Brown in the 6th position after starting 23rd. He's going to maintain that. And Clayton Cyrus. Then it's Ryan Steinhoff in the 8th position. Kyle Cleveland. Tyler Schultz on pit road here. That's going to give... Nope, sorry, not on pit road, but... Oh. iRacing just had a huge dump. That was fun. But Tyler Schultz losing that position to Favignano. He will take over that spot there. And the 88 of Graham, he's going to have to make quick work of the 94. He cannot afford a single tenth at this time.
No, Favignano is kind of in a tricky spot right now. He is trying to pass... I believe that is Nick Sargent. No, that is... I don't know who that is, but able to get by them.
That's Joe Ogle there in the 55, and then it looks like behind him was the 14 of Nick Gould. Those are lap cars, so Yeah, it's going to slow him up. Each one of these cars he has to leapfrog off. The next one's going to be Nick Sargent. He's going to be a lot harder to pass than the ones that just happened.
That's right. Sargent's a bit quicker than those other lap cars, and we'll see if Wes can get around them and if he doesn't get held up as much as Favignano did there.
Well, Wes made quick work of the 55 of Ogle, and now he's working on the 14 of Gould. He's going to try to take the position right here. Looks like Gould's going to drop to the bottom and give him that spot, no problem. So he will not have to fight for it too hard. And it comes down to this, and it's really down to 2 seconds right now. Looking at the times, 31.2 to 30.795. So Graham is saving tire. He's running slower than Favignano there that last time by. But it could also be the lap traffic, so we'll wait until they get some cleaner air here.
Watching back here with Brandon Buggs as he almost gets into the back of Tyler Schultz, passing him, able to get it done though. Tyler Schultz lifts and gets out of there as there's some more action behind them as they, Robert Bearder, Joel Brown, and Tyler Schultz came dangerously close there. Tyler Schultz on some older stuff than these guys, so.
Yeah, he still has not come down pit road yet.
No, he's going to run the tires out of that thing. We got Favignano, Graham, Carpenter, Buggs, and Brown, your top 5 right now. Now, Twitch chat, who do we think is going to take it? Put your predictions in the chat. Let's get some viewer interaction going. Who do you think is going to win this race?
It's going to be a tough one between Favignano and Graham, but Favignano is going to have to be absolutely perfect on these last laps and not get slowed up by, lap traffic. I think that the 67 can do it. I know it's going to be between him and the 88, unless a caution comes out later and then it changes everything up. Then it's anybody's guess. But as of right now, my pick would definitely have to be the 67 after what I've seen out of him all night.
I mean, the blessing and the curse of this track is like the racing surface is so tiny. It's really just above that white hash line is where everyone's racing. So everything below that is basically runoff space for the cars that hit the wall, bounce off the wall, and bring it down to the infield. And that will usually not bring out a caution. So even if a car is having trouble there, they can dart to the inside and green flag will stay out. So it's going to take something big for that yellow flag to fly.
Austin Johnson and Bearder finally figured that one out, and they will get back into single file. Maybe. I was trying to figure out what Bearder's throwback scheme is, but I'm pretty sure it's just a throwback to the dinosaurs.
It's a big throwback.
It's a big throwback, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah, pour one out for the homies, the dinosaurs. I'm going to drive a Meteor car and just smash in the back of them next week.
This is for position right here. So they are battling pretty hard for it. Johnson going to jump to the bottom. That's going to allow Steinhoff to get up in the mix here, but Steinhoff's an innocent bystander. He's in 6th, just trying to get by these guys. And almost makes contact with Bearder during it. That's going to allow the door to open for the 21. He'll drop to the bottom and take the position away from the 4.
Nice move there by Austin Johnson.
That was for the 13th position. The cars looked so slow in that shot. I thought we had a caution going there. Almost dropped my heart out of my chest. We stay green right now. Lap 119 complete of 150. And looking at the lap times, 31 flat to a 31.6 for Graham. So Graham about 5 tenths back. Or slower than Favignano that time by. You see the difference between guys that are on fresh tires and guys that are on old stuff. And that kind of makes a problem here because you see Ewing right here getting up in the mix. And he's got speed.
Yeah, both those drivers, their viewers, are not for position behind them, but they're on fresher stuff, so they could cause a problem for Wes. I mean, you see the difference there in speed.
I think that in the next 2 laps is going to even out on their times because Wes is running a 32 flat and the 15 is running a 30.5 that last time. So it was a little lot faster, actually. But now it's going to come down to managing traffic.
I'm just looking at your timing sheet there, Jeff, and Joel Brown is starting to creep up on that 81 car. That is a cause for concern for that Liquid Deathmobile. Because Joel Brown is a fast driver.
He's a 31.5 on that one. So looking back at the last pit stops that happened, Wes ran, he was a 14.4. Guess what Favignano stop was?
14.3.
A 14.4. Identical stop time in the box for both drivers.
They nailed that pit stop.
Now on the lane itself, Graham was 0.8 slower on pit road than Favignano. That's the difference. 0.8 on pit road. That's the difference between the two. And the
Joel
43
Brown
will
darts
get
to the inside. Sorry, Jeff. Joel Brown made a move on that mistake by Barry Bugs. Whoa,
he finds the wall. Getting close there.
Oh, they're capitalizing on each other's mistakes right now, and they're going to be side by side into turn 1. And will Joel have enough on exit here to make a run at Bugs here on the backstretch?
And he finds the wall again there.
Good racing between these two drivers. A lot of respect between these two drivers, and a lot of talent between the both of them. So they're putting on a good show right now. No, I did not call them Bavarian Bugs there, chat. It's from Bavaria or whatever.
Bavaria or whatever. Oh yeah, his BMW got blown up, remember?
Oh yeah, I responded to that as a cop.
Yep.
Forgot about that.
So he doesn't have the BMW anymore. He's got to get a new car or whatever. Granted, it will be a foreign car. So 81 in the wall. Showered sparks on the front of the 43 and hits the wall again. 3 wide.
Oh, they're trying to get around. Is that Clayton Cyrus out there in the Havoline?
Yeah, in the 05, he was behind them, but he wasn't any faster than them. He's just trying to get by them because they're running in the wall.
All right, Bugs, gather it up. Take a deep breath. Find your line because... Oh, and the caution is out. Who
Caution
is that?
flies.
What? I see Kyle Carpenter, Nick Gould, and Nick Sargent involved.
Sargent. Well, this changes everything. A late race caution comes out. We're going to find out exactly what just happened here. But Sargent, one of those drivers involved, looks like the matter of the 48 just kind of collecting the wall there, hanging on for dear life.
Bounce back up into the track. He does.
Yeah, that's what brought the caution out there. But Nick Sargent.
More stuff happens here. Watch this.
Oh,
right there.
Carpenter.
What was that? What happened with Carpenter?
We have to watch that one back because, yeah, Carpenter looks like he got contact from the 14 of Gould. They're off of turn number 2 here. 77 sees the crash and then gets ran over by the 14.
No.
Can't do anything about it. And that's heavy damage to the 77 after that.
Oh, that is devastating for Kyle Carpenter. He was running 4th.
It's right on board.
He's going, okay, guys, caution, everyone slow down. And then, okay, speed boost, dead.
And that's a lot of damage. Yeah, you don't ever want to see your tire coming off the front of the car right there like that. All right.
Good thing.
Wes, everybody's on pit road. The 48, heavy damage to his car. Comes down to this. The 67's down and away. Slow stop for the 88. That's a 14.5 for Favignano and a 14 for Graham. Nope. We won't find that information out till next lap by. That's from last time. Austin Johnston in the 3rd spot. Staying out.
Just watching pit road, it did look like the 81 car beat Joel Brown off of pit exit there.
Yep, and that was for the 4th position. Well, Ryan, late race caution. It's going to shake it all up. We were talking about, earlier, the 67 being the one to beat no matter what. Under green flag conditions, yeah. But under on a restart here, he's going to have to be absolutely flawless here. There's a lot of racing still left, and these guys going to be on cold tires, so it's going to be interesting between him and Wes.
Yeah, get your Pepto-Bismol, because it's about to get spicy. It might cause heartburn because it's going to get real spicy here in the last in the last 20 laps.
Well, if y'all are just joining us, it's the Thrustmaster Throwback 200 tonight. Throwback paint schemes all plenty here at Darlington Raceway. We're the OCRP iRacing ARCA Series Season 11.
That is crazy. We've been doing this for 11 seasons.
It is. It's about, what, 2 seasons a year?
Yeah, about that. Well, I mean, man, OCRP has been open for, what, 5 years? Almost 5 years?
Yeah.
And so about 4 years of racing.
That's a lot of cars that stayed out, Ryan. I'm not sure how many are going to be wave arounds. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope more than that.
Well,
for their sake.
They're gonna get ran over.
Okay, yep, they're all wave arounds, all of them. So that will give the control to the 67. He is the leader.
Bugs up to 3rd. Joel Brown up to 4th. Very unfortunate for Kyle Carpenter. I believe he did probably take a fast repair there. We'll have to see where he ended up. Although he probably towed, I'd imagine.
Whoa, and the 14 had to avoid hitting the 15 there. Battery's just doing a wide clean them off. All right, lights are off on the Pace truck. We will be green flag racing next time by. Now, Brandon Bugs did use his last fast repair from what I can see. So he's going to want to keep his nose clean here. Pace truck's down and away. Here comes the 67, leading him to the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air at Darlington.
Leonard Favignano, your leader with the control, gets a great start there on the outside line, and it's going to be 2x2 racing going all the way back to 6th place there. But you got Joel Brown able to make the pass there on Bay Area Bugs, so Joel Brown secures a P3 for now. And we are just under 20 laps, 19 laps remaining. How about that? Ryan Steinhoff up in the mix now.
And here comes the 77 of Carpenter back there in the back. He's going to be taking that position away from Kyle Cleveland. Oh, nope, not Kyle Cleveland, but Austin Johnston there. Now he's going to be working on the 15 of Ewing. It's all jumbled up because those guys are not for position.
Do you want to put the timing down? Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no, I do it after one lap. I do it how they do it on the real
that's how.
Broadcast.
My apologies.
So people can see the racing, Ryan. Yeah, how about Joel Brown up in the mix here late in the running? A great run for him, starting 23rd, and now he finds himself battling for the 2nd spot on Wes Graham.
Absolute great drive there from Joel Brown, but see, you also hats off to Ryan Steinhoff and Jason Lance up there in P5 and P6. But I'm watching Carl Carpenter back there. After something like that happens, you're driving like a pissed off teenager. You are going to be an aggressive driver. So I've been watching him, and I expect him to make a couple big moves here to get himself hopefully to a top 5. And Favignano is just so fast.
Half a second right now on Graham. Watching their lap times there, 29.9 for Favignano to a 30 flat. They're very, very, very close. About a 10th between the two on the last one. There's racing happening around the 15th spot, but we're going to keep it right here in the front as these two are battling, and Graham is reeling in that 67 ever so slightly here.
Ooh, you got Jason Lance trying to make a move on Ryan Steinhoff for P5. Getting really dicey close. Looked at the inside there, decided to back off.
Got to make your moves.
Oh, he's got a run on him right now.
This battle here for the 5th position. Back up front, I'm keeping an eye on this. Graham a 10th quicker that time. Only about a 10th does separate the two on the last one. 30.1 to a 30.2.
Oh, he's really reeling him in there. Oh, Steinhoff collides with Jason Lance into the wall.
And I think the caution will come out here.
Yep, caution will come out. Good job by Steinhoff there to hit the brakes. Oh, yep. He's struggling with it.
Almost gassed it up into the wall there. We're going to find out what just happened now. This gets things interesting as well, because now 88's going to have another shot at the 67 here. Yeah, looks like they're battling for position. The 74 just gets too loose off of turn 4. And there's Lance right there. Nowhere to really go but to help the 74 around, and they make contact.
Ooh, we're gonna 10 laps left. Another interesting caution.
Not what Favignano wanted to see. It was getting very close between these two drivers.
But one driver that's going to be very happy to see this is going to be that 81, because not only is he, back up in the mix, but he's going to have outside lane, which is very important on this restart.
Yeah, I'll have the position on the 43. And it looks like they're going to come down on pit road. Everybody coming down on pit road. So tires matter a lot.
Now, this is the call. I know Wes he's always taking 4. That's always kind of his strategy, but might be tempting to take 2. You might be able to get lane choice if you beat him off pit road. So let's watch here and see what they decide.
If anybody's going to be taking 2 tires, I think it'll be the 67.
I agree.
But I don't know. I like there's still 10 laps. That's a lot to ask for. Even 5 laps is a lot to ask of your tires. 88 misses his stall by a little bit.
Just heard from Tony that Wes is taking 2. Favignano taking 4.
Favignano taking 4. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Wes.
It's a gamble.
That is a gamble.
I think it might have been the move to make. I knew it was gonna. I knew the 2 tire stop was gonna come out of one of these 2 guys out here.
I'm just gonna go back and see if anybody else took 2 tires.
But listen, Wes knows that lap time wise, Favignano is faster. He knows that he needs track position on him, and now that he's going to have 2 spots on Favignano, that's going to help him out tremendously.
He's going to have lane choice on this restart. Big moves out of the 88. Just saw there. 81 took 4 tires. I'm going to check out Joel Brown and see what he did. But yeah, good little gamble here from the 88.
Yeah, and the difference right there, that was a 9.6 stop for West. That was a 9-second stop for Carpenter. And Favignano with a 14.3 taking 4. Another driver that took 4 tires, that is the 81 of Brandon Buggs. And everybody behind them took 4.
Yep, that's right. Yeah,
so both
Brown
Wes
well.
and Kyle Carpenter took 2. I like it. I think this is a smart idea. I think it could work in his favor.
Tony's DMing me right now. Thanks, Tony. He's thinking that Wes is going to go outside on the restart and likely use Carpenter to block Leo.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely knew that was going to be the case.
Yeah, thanks, Tony, Captain Obvious.
Joke. We're a bunch of jokes.
Unmute. Speak for yourself. Are you on your? He's on his phone. I think he's traveling right now.
Yeah, he's in a hotel room. He has no mic.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of Tony, you like some of these paints out here? WND Design, baby. Look them up on Twitter. You can get yourself one of these nice looking liveries.
It's about that time for iRacing to start doing its stupid stuff, dude. Right around an hour and a half, hour 45 is whenever it starts doing this. It's the only game that does it.
You know what else it's time for, Jeff?
What's that?
My daily time to shill for you. Amazon Prime Gaming. If you haven't used it on Jeff's channel, free sub. It's free to do. Give him that. One click of a button. Give him your free sub. He deserves it.
I appreciate that. Get that 50%. 50% of the 100%.
Yep.
And we do not run any mid-roll ads. That's something that Twitch is trying to push on us, but we're still not going to be doing that. So we appreciate the love and support, all of the subscriptions and resubscriptions I've seen all night long. Ryan, you got the call. Here we go.
Wes Graham with the control right now, outside lane, and it's green. He's going. And Favignano trying to get around Carpenter. He's going to follow in behind the 81. Knows outside is fast. And Carpenter staying on that bottom lane. And you're going to see Favignano trying to make a decision. He's going to go inside all the way around Buggs. Or sorry, that's Carpenter. Excuse me, I'm getting confused.
I'm like, am I live right now? I don't
know. You go ahead.
Oh, we got a crash. Kyle Cleveland involved. Caution comes out. The 86 of Lance. Sorry, 80. Yeah. All these guys in there changing schemes every week on me. You look just like another one. But the caution will come out, and they'll have to re-rack them and stack them up again. It looks like it happened right off of turn 4 here. Everybody all bobbled up together. The 86 of Lance gets into the 43 of Joel Brown. Nowhere to really go there. Steinhoff avoids it just by a little bit.
Well, Joel Brown was really slow in that corner entering. He was hugging the wall, slowed everybody up, and then unfortunately got into Jason Lance there when he thought he was clear.
The real bad one was right here on Johnston, right on board with him. He thought he's going to have it clear, and he just wasn't.
Just a racing incident there by all the drivers.
We got guys on pit road in that incident there, but out front, it's going to stay the same. Lucky Dog looks like it'll be Clayton Cyrus in the 05. Or sorry, Joe Ogle in the 55. The broken paint scheme. But that's not what Favignano wanted to see. Another caution. This allows those tires to cool down, allows it to, not take, we're knocking laps down off of what would be green flag on these tires. And now the 2-tire stop doesn't seem like such a bad idea.
No, I thought that was a brilliant play. And I'm just going to pat myself on the back and say that I did call that. But yeah, great play there by the 88. He's going to have, because it always gets spicy here at the end of Darlington. So he's going to have lane choice, and he's going to be the control, and more importantly, he's got Nice cushion. He's got Carpenter on the left of him to hold Fodorero off, and then he's also got Bugs behind him, who's very fast. So it's if you're Wes Graham, you're in a good spot right now.
And we'll find out here shortly. Completing lap 145. Now on lap 146 of 150. So now 4 laps to go. We might be down to a green-white checker before this is all settled. We'll see. Yeah, we do apologize. Nothing that I can really do whenever iRacing does iRacing stuff. It never fails. Around an hour and a half into these sessions, it starts skipping with ATVO. That runs is the software that runs all of the overlay stuff that you see here. Those two don't get along very well, and I don't think OBS works with ATVO very beautifully either. So you're asking for two things to be, grabbing information and laying on top of iRacing. It's just a disaster sometimes. So until we move to a streaming PC setup, it is what it is.
Hey Jeff, you can close the Discord stream if you want to try and improve it. Like, I don't know if that'll help.
I don't think that. Well, that's true. That's what 3 layers that we're running of capture.
Dude, close it.
I don't think that's going to be doing it to you though.
It's up to you. If you think it'll help, close it, because I got iRacing up on my other one. So
okay, let's just see if it helps.
Yep.
I'm gonna take this time to take a Ricola.
Man, we're getting old. Can you imagine if we get sponsored by like cold and cough?
NyQuil.
Arthritis. We're gonna
cooking
be
cooking your chicken and NyQuil on your car.
Oh yeah, oh God. Our streams are gonna start looking like daytime Price is Right ads. Everybody remembers watching Price is Right as a kid and seeing all the Medicare and diabetes ads.
All right. Lights are off on the pace truck. And we're going to find out who's going to finish this one. Pace truck's down and away. The 88 is taking the inside lane, not the outside on this restart. The 67 on the outside with the 77. And the 88 leads them to the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air.
And
big
Wes,
bobble out of the 67 there.
Wes enjoying the block that is happening with the 81 and Kyle Carpenter on Fodorero. Fodorero still in 4th place as Wes gets a nice jump there. Still not able to pass Kyle Carpenter.
As they run right now, Graham, Bugs, Carpenter, Fodorero, Gould, Lance, Calvin, Schultz. How about Calvin? Made that decision on pit road right there in the 78, and he's running P7 tonight. And we might have a wreck back here. The 43 in the wall. They'll get it gathered back up. We stay green.
We had a bobble out of the 81 car, and Carpenter took advantage, and he's going to be in a P2 now. Bugs in P3, and unfortunately, Fodorero nowhere to be seen in P4 right now.
White flag in the air.
Running out. Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, it's 1 to go by Thrustmaster right here, and Wes Graham out front after being patient, taking 2 tires. Coming off a turn 4th, the stripe, Wes Graham will take the win at Darlington.
That is a great win there from the 88 car, showing some great patience and some really good late pit strategy. The 2 tires paid off for him.
That's a heartbreaker for the 67. It really is.
It is. It really is.
He had this race dominated and just nothing you can do. He was the only one who took the 4, and then everybody behind him. But how about that 88? He'll get it done. And he'll burn him down here at the line.
Do it for Dale, baby.
Nice burnout by the 88 right there. What is this white doing? Get out of here. There he goes. How about it? Wes Graham pulling the 2-tire stop off.
The big brain move, 200 IQ.
And sometimes it doesn't work out in your favor.
You know what? He's tried stuff like that in the past that hasn't worked out. And you hear him in the meetings, you hear him in the interviews. He's like, yeah, I tried something different, didn't work out. But, you know, that's why you roll the dice, and sometimes the dice lands.
In this particular case for the 88, it was down to track position. Having that clean air, having the lane choice, track position mattered a lot. And he knew if he was able to just drive the heck out of it, he'd be able to hold that position, and he did. Doing the Alan Kulwicki lap. The Polish victory lap right there. He's still burning it out, man. I can tell you right now, that's a happy camper down there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We'll get you guys your results here. See where everybody ended up here. After the 88's done burning them down. How about that? And it always feels good to get a win in the in your new paint scheme that you just got on the car.
Oh yeah, you want to see the lights.
All right, let's back it up so we can get our starting grid here for you, if it'll let us. Be stupid acting. Had zoomed all the way in on that one shot just for that being not what it used. Cool. There we go. Try this. Let's try this one. Oh, that one's even worse. Come on now. How annoying is it when it has like a bunch of different camera views? Okay, you want to play these games? We'll play these games. Not being very nice to me tonight. All right, cool. Okay, race results. Here we go. Wes gets the job done, gets the win. Kyle Carpenter, Brandon Buggs, Leonard Fodorero in 4th. 5th to Nick Gould after starting 12th. How about Mitchell Calvin getting a top 10, getting 6th after starting 25th. Tyler Schultz, Jason Lance, Robert Bearder, and Andrew Ewing squeaks out another top 10.
I can't see your screen, so you keep going.
Oh, no problem. Austin Johnson, Clayton Cyrus, Kyle Cleveland, Alex Reno, Joe Ogle, Ryan Steinhoff, James Hilton, Ryan Potter, Joel Brown, and Nick Sargent rounding out the top 20. And then Zachary Guzman, Ben Tuttle, Tyler Thomas, and then yourself, and Mason Pepper will round out the 25 drivers that made it tonight.
Well, thanks for letting me crash the booth. I'm still in my fictional racing suit here.
No problem. Let's go talk to our winner.
It's all you when you do that, by the way.
All right, no problem.
All right, thanks, man.
Yep. All right. Let's talk to the man that took 2 tires there at the end and made all of the difference. Track position, I guess it really, really meant something because taking 2 tires is not normally your style, Wes.
Nope, it normally doesn't work on this service, and I guess, to make up for last week's shifter issues, the iRacing RNG guys decided to pay favor to us on that one. So I didn't think it was going to work. I knew Jerry was probably going to do something like that, and he did. So that was pretty cool. I mean, in one hand, I'm ecstatic, and one, I feel for Leonard because these kinds of races have happened to me, a lot as well. He was absolute dominant car tonight. Nobody could touch him, especially on the long run or even the short run. To be perfectly fair with you, and you had to play some restart games there at the end. Try to keep at least a car buffer between me and Leo there. So I'm amazed that the strategy actually worked. Glad to get it done in that beautifully painted WMD paint shop. Tony did an awesome job on my throwback and Jerry's. I love the throwback races. These are my favorite ones, technically throughout the season, because I love seeing everybody pay homage to the paints of the past. So glad to get the win here. I'm I'm hyped. I'm going to enjoy this one.
And you said that Darlington's your favorite track. So how much is it? Or how good does it feel to get a win here at Darlington?
Well, that's 2 seasons in a row. We got it last season. We got it this season. I didn't win anything season 8, I think. So, coming in, defending, these things drive extremely different than the next gen cars. So it was very fun to figure out where the edge was, because I'm pretty sure you saw it and everybody watching saw it as well. We were getting pretty loose coming out of these turns, especially turn 4 there on fresh tires. And then when we took 4 on that next to last pit stop, the car just wanted to over rotate as soon as you get back into the throttle once you took the dive into turn 1, because it's such a weird line. You just immediately get back into the throttle and you're hoping that the rear end's going to stick, and sometimes it just sticks too good and tries to get out from underneath you. So, I mean, I'm very happy that 2 tires ended up working. To go ahead and get the second win of the season this early in the season feels really, really good. Again, hate it for Leo, but glad that I could capitalize at the last pit stop.
There you go. Wes started second and took the 2 tires, gets the win tonight. Got to catch up with Leo. Leonard Favignano ran and led 107 laps tonight. Leo came down to the decision on pit road. What made you choose taking 4 rather than 2? I don't know if Leonard's here.
That would be a note there, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Sorry. We'll move on to Kyle Carpenter. One heck of a race tonight. You had the pole. You had speed. What happened there during the race that allowed you to fall back enough to get involved in that? And we saw the 14 get in the back end of you and push you into the car that was stopped on the track. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, it run good. I just couldn't quite keep up with Leonard there, and after running up front for that little bit, I felt like I was having to push the car more than I needed to. And then when I was running third behind Leonard and Wes, I felt like way better. I felt like I could save the tire, and I was trying to save the right front. I wasn't doing very good at saving it. And whatever happened, I don't remember how we got back there. I was whatever and just coming through traffic, and the caution come out or something, and I just went down and then seen the wreck in front of us, like, oh crap. And I got on the brakes, and Gould, he couldn't see nothing, so he just he didn't have nothing he could have done, and just that was it until I just slammed into that whoever it was that wiped out right there. And then I just had to baby it to the pit road and take a fast repair and try not to go a lap down. I just took a fast repair only, and then I pitted. Like the first time I pitted, I was going to take 4 tires, just lefts, to come back in again to take rights, but I didn't want to go a lap down. I think the pace car might have been too close. So I went out again and then come in and took everything. And that allowed me to stay on the lead lap, just started at the back, and then coming to the end there, just took those right side tires. I had done a little bit of practice with it and with that, and it seemed okay for a few laps, and that's all I needed there at the end. And I feel like I just needed a few more laps, and I might have been able to give Wes a good run for his money there. But huge shout out to Tony for the paint job. It's awesome, and I might be running this again some more this season.
There you have it. Kyle Carpenter will start on the pole and will finish in the second spot. Got to talk to the 81. Bugs had a up and down day there at the very, very beginning, but then you found your stride at the end. You were the first car to take the 4 tires. Tell us about your race.
Rough. I mean, Darlington is a monster. It feels good for a little bit, then you burn your stuff up, and you're just praying you don't smack the wall. And I smacked it quite a bit. I was pretty much kind of getting settled in to be finishing in the top 5 with Leo and Wes and Carpenter and their speed. I figured I would be back racing either Steinhoff or Joel, and it shaped out really good at the end there with those cautions. Got some really good pit stops. Was able to pick up a spot in the pits on Joel, which I think was beneficial to hanging out there in the end and picking up a podium, but way more than I assumed was going to happen. I was racing for a top 5, so to get out here with a P3 has been amazing.
There you have it. It was a lot of fun to watch you and Joel Brown battle it out there for a while. One person I have to talk to definitely is Mitchell Calvin. Started 25th, and then everything just kind of fell in your place. Not only a top 10, but P6 tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely a lesson in do not give up no matter what happens in front of you, because at one point I was 3 laps down. The cautions came, just kept getting a wave around, got back on the lead lap, and it gave me a little life in that car. And that's all I needed to try to avoid those couple of wrecks there at the end and just mat it all the way and give it all I could.
It was definitely fun to watch you do it, man. Congratulations on the top 10. Another person that we definitely have to talk to is Robert Bearder. Not the season you wanted to start off with here, but here we are with a top 10 finish tonight.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of confidence coming into this Darlington. I don't really run well here, so my strategy was, if we don't have speed, just keep the car as clean as possible. And until that last restart, I had a 0X on the night, so it worked out for me. I got a lap down and took a big gamble, taking the wave around on old tires, and it worked out. And it got me back on the lead lap, and that kind of put us in position to really go for the top 10 there. We were battling in the 12th to 15th range. It was a lot of fun.
Started 13th, and you'll finish in the 9th position. I wish I could talk to all you guys, but the last person I definitely have to talk to, Andrew, again, here squeaking out with the top 10 after starting 26th. Tell us about your night.
Oh, yeah, man. Over the moon with that. I struggle with Darlington quite a bit, so I really wasn't expecting to do too well tonight, so I'm over the moon with the 10th place there.
Started 26th. That's the biggest mover of the night right there into the 10th position. I'll let you guys get to your driver's meeting. It was a lot of fun to watch, and congrats again to Wes Graham for the win.
Thanks for the broadcast.
All right. Well, that is going to end things here for us tonight, guys. Stand by for a raid. We are going to be sending y'all over to, let's see who is live right now. Looks like it will be Mr. Wes the Mess. Go congratulate Wes on his win. A lot of fun. You can listen to the driver's meeting as well. He does broadcast those over there. So go show Wes some love. That'll do it for us tonight at Darlington. We'll see you next week. Take care.